Here we are with worksheet 18.6, part of problems 13 and 14. 13a, I'm going to show you the first step. This is 16 raised to the 5 over 2. If I give myself just a little bit of more space, a 5 over 2. Well, if I had something to the second power, that would cancel. Rather than just using a simple calculator, let's practice our math skills. When I look at this right away, I should know there's a 2 in the denominator, so how can I change the 16? If I change the 16 to a 4 squared, then it cancels off. Let's do the same thing with number 13b. You can finish this problem from here. Letter B, let's start it off. 81 to the 2 over 8. The root goes in the denominator. So 2 over 8 reduces to 1/4. So this will be raised to the power of 1/4. Now before I write the 81 over here, think about what I did on problem A and continue the problem from there. Problem C is almost the same thing, you just have a negative answer. Let's look at problem number 14a, the first step. Well, I have x to the third and then square root it. So that'll be to the 3/2, but I need to get rid of this 5 right here. So my first step is to multiply both sides by 5. At that point, I will have x, and then I'll convert this to pure exponents. That's 3/2 equals 25 times 5 will be 125. How will you get rid of the 3/2? You will raise it to some power on both sides. I will leave that for you to finish. So right here, we have a negative exponent. Ooh, don't worry about that. Remember, negative exponents means you flip it from one side of the fraction to the other. We'll just deal with that over there. So, my first step, this is x to the negative 2 over 5. But what power am I going to raise that to? If I need to get rid of the negative sign, I need to raise this to a negative 5 over 2. So I'll raise this to a negative 5 over 2, and this negative sign will flip everything over. Please go ahead and finish that problem on your own. Basically, the 4 will move up, and it will be raised to the 5 too. But remember, we have a 2 in the denominator. What did we do back on problem 13a and 13b to make our math a little bit easier? On number 14c, before I can cancel this 3 or raise it to an exponential power, I must first get rid of the 4, so add 4 to both sides. Once I add 4, I'll start converting this to my more simple method. That will be x to the power of 1/3 equals 6 plus 4 is 10. So at this point I want to raise this to the power of 3. If I want to raise this to this side to a power of 3, I raise this side to a power of 3. Here they all cancel out. I have a negative x left over, so negative x equals 10 cubed is 1,000. If a negative x is positive 1,000, positive x, multiply both sides by negative 1 if you need to see it that way. Negative x times negative 1 is positive x. So let's just show you. Times a negative 1 times a negative 1. 1,000 times is negative 1,000.